Hello everyone, we're at Minsmere, RSPB Reserve today in Suffolk on the coast. I'm incredibly excited to be here. We've been wanting to come here for quite a while now, but since we're in the area, we thought we'd check this wonderful reserve out. So we're going to the first hide via the beach. It's actually a really nice day outside, not too hot, not too cold. I mean, we are by the sea of course. But there doesn't seem to be any birds out here, so we'll go to the first hide then. The east hide. Seems to be a lot of noise coming from here. It's mostly these Sandwich Terns, very noisy. There's about 150 of them in total, at least on this scrape, potentially more around the reserve. Yeah, very very distinctive. I mean, plumage. You definitely see the yellow tip on their bill, and their sort of black crown, if you like. It's quite got a messy hairstyle, which is quite funny. There's a lot of them around, but also only one of these today. It's a little gull. It's quite nice to see one. I haven't actually filmed one yet. I've seen a few sort of around the south coast, but here is my first film of one. We've also got an avocet, and up right at the top is a green sandpiper. It's a bit too distant for my filming, but there you go. You can sort of make it out. We've also got black-tailed godwit, looking rather reddish, sort of buff colour. Of course, we're well into the summer season in the bird world. So we've also got two spotted redshank here. Surprisingly, there's not a single common redshank, the normal redshank, around the reserve, but there's two of these, which is nice to see. We don't see them often. Just a single lapwing, some more black-tailed godwit, and avocet, so you sort of see what it's like. We've also got a dunlin. Again, surprisingly few of these on the reserve, and absolutely loads of these. There's common terns, sandwich terns, a few arctic terns as well, but it's the common terns and the sandwich terns. There's most of them. They're rather smart looking birds. I prefer them to gulls, to be totally honest. A little bit slimmer, a little bit smarter. So we're off to the next viewpoint, if you like. It's the public viewpoint, not a hide. And yet more sandwich terns. They're just everywhere. I mean, it's great to see them, to be honest, but they are quite making quite a racket. Just the avocets and black-tailed godwits again. Yes, a wonderful reserve actually. Definitely need to come back a different season probably. You can see more dunlin. This is a common tern because it's got the black tip on the end of the bill. This is something I've never seen before actually, and living inland we don't tend to see these too often. But here is a Wood Sandpiper. Yeah, only come here during summer. Sometimes come to Rutland Water, which is not too far away from us. But it's great to see them here. We've also got, if you look to the left of the avocet, just sort of north from the avocet, there's a knot, which is brilliant to see itself. But either side of them, and now together, are two Curlew Sandpipers. Yeah, another sandpiper that I've not seen or filmed before, so that's excellent. And there's two of them as well. You can see there. It's also nice to see the knot as well. I feel like I'm not giving it attention, but it's the Curlew Sandpipers that are quite extravagant here. Another sandpiper here is our fourth sandpiper of the day. This is a common sandpiper. Absolutely excellent to see that. Wow. And then looking at one of the furthest scrapes, we have a common tern on the right and then an arctic tern on the left. Unfortunately it's preening, so you can't see it for too long, but it hasn't got the black tip on the end of the bill. If I zoom out you can see all the sandwich terns and everything. So we're going to move on to the next hide. That was a rather thrilling visit to both those hides. That was excellent. Now moving over to the south hide, and it looks over a different view of the same scrape right at the back. And we've just got yet more noisy sandwich terns. There's so many of them, goodness me. Barnacle geese as well. Whether they're feral or actually wild, I don't know, but nice to see them anyway. More common terns. Seems to be one of the greatest places ever for seeing any kind of tern. Apparently there's meant to be little terns around, but I didn't see any of those. I think other people might have reported them. But yeah, it's just these common terns at the moment. Just a single avocet from here. And also a ruff, looking not as lovely as its ruff of feathers in breeding plumage, but still nice enough. Yeah, so it's good to see a lot of waders, a lot of terns, a lot of everything about today. So talking about Minsmere, absolute variety of habitat. We're walking now through the woodland, which leads us to the next two hides on the other side of the reserve. So that is the Bittern Hide and the Island Mere Hide. So we're going to check out the Bittern first. Now this is just a waiting game to see if we're actually going to see a bittern. But before that, we actually have this excellent view of a marsh harrier perching on a tree. I've only ever seen them flying. I've seen quite a few marsh harriers, but they're always flying. I've never seen one actually perch on a tree to get a good photograph of. So that's really nice. Also, apologies for my dodgy filming. It's really windy in here as well. I mean, it is around the reserve. But this is a kingfisher, and yeah, it's not often you get to see one perching. This was perched for about 5 minutes. But unfortunately it's a bit obscured, so I couldn't get the best film possible, and then it did eventually fly off. I mean, it's still great to see one as well. Lovely. So the last hide of the day, the Island Mere Hide, sort of had the usual gadwall, coot, mallard, sort of usual ducks. It's like just a standard lake, but that obviously gets our bird counts, and if you look on the eBird checklist in the link in the description, we saw 60 species in total, including these cormorants. Great crested grebe, as well as a lot of passerines I didn't get the chance to film because I had my camera off, especially while we're having lunch looking at the bird feeders and the garden. So right, it's been an excellent visit here, so hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next video.